Today's video is on the law of the gun and the shooting of a man up in the north of England on who shot a police officer. So the question is, should the police be armed? And
Yes.
my brother is saying yes, they should be armed. Why is that?
They should be prepared for all circumstances. I believe that they should be able to carry a gun safe in every vehicle. Currently, they shouldn't actually have the armed.
Yeah, but what about citizens? Should they be armed as well?
Well, yes.
I disagree. I believe the citizens shouldn't be armed.
Well, you got. Why are police allowed to call them? Why are police allowed to protect themselves, but citizens aren't?
Because there is if somebody is caught carrying a gun, yeah, in a system where there is no people who are armed, then you know that they're either a copper or they're a villain.
Fair point, but what I always like this quote. I'm not quite sure where it came from, but when they're
Those who would choose security over freedom are fools, and does it require neither? Would that be Thomas Jefferson you're trying to speak?
No, I'm not. I'm not actually. Let me just. Okay. When you really.
Bro, we haven't got a lot of time. Hurry up. Get it.
Okay. When we need the. When you need help, When the seconds count, the police are only minutes away.
That's true. That is true. But don't you think if the police were armed, right, that criminals could simply threaten their families or something like that to get around the fact that they're armed in hostage situations?
But the hostages in my scenario would be armed.
Yeah, that's true. Because I didn't think of that one. But aren't you fearful of some kind of Waco type situation where you get some sort of cult that's fully armed up? You know, if you've got armed citizens, and don't you think
that there is that possibility, but those moments where we have someone who's mentally unstable and access to firearms is.
So you would have psychological testing of people before they actually gain the firearm.
Oh yeah,
license,
and
like
actually,
they do in Russia.
That instance of the previous shooting, the taxi driver, or I forget his name, that happened recently in the north of England.
Yeah.
He recently had a bereavement in the family, and the disagreement was over a will.
Yeah. Would you take like soft power measures, like more help, more welfare, more counselling to get people over those situations so that they wouldn't try and find a gun?
No, I think that in situations where anyone has access to firearms and there's
everybody
a
else
bereavement
should. Yeah.
in the family,
yeah.
Then it should be expected that you during those times are a period of grief where you may become briefly unstable, like maybe in a divorce or something.
Your licence would be revoked.
You'd voluntarily hand over your firearms to the police.
Yeah, and what about having firearm ranges within police stations, where it's in a controlled environment? Because some people already have arms, don't they, already?
Yeah, I don't think that's really required. I think,
I think it is.
The ranges, if you set up a range, it's going to probably become a mini police station if it's on regular. Don't try and separate the police from have police ranges and then civilian ranges. they should be one and the same.
Don't you think
So-
that terrorists might use arms that are more available in the public sphere, if they were more available in the public sphere, or do you think that they would go for things that they can already get, like household chemicals and things like that?
Well, they'd always go back to household chemicals or explosives. But the only, like, if you're a criminal,
But of course, Al Qaeda's got surface to surface missiles, so they don't really need that shit, do they?
if you want to go, if you was a terrorist and you wanted to get access to firearms, probably the best way to come undetected, because you couldn't have like a massive
It would be
stock.
to make them yourself.
No,
If you've got billions and billions of dollars, that's probably what they would do, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, but I was thinking more of like a small
If
cell
you're
group.
talking like the
Six
KKK sort of people.
No, I'm talking about like a six-man terrorist cell in the UK.
Richard, you sorry, I'll blank that bit out. Bro, you're worrying me. Sorry.
No, what I'm saying is like for the the typical Al Qaeda cell working in like the UK, United States were trying to get firearms illegally.
But people who are ready to fight terrorists already have the means and weapons and all the rest of it. So the police are already partly armed, yeah? Right? But the question is, I mean, in England, the police are armed. I mean, when we say the police are armed, the police are really armed. They're more armed than soldiers, right? I might be getting a bit too enthusiastic about that, because they've got like G36 rifles and stuff the army hasn't even seen, right? But in America, every police is armed with like a 6-shooter or a Glock or something like that. So it's a bit different if you're watching this from the United States. And I know for the United States Constitution says you have a God-given right to have a firearm. So that's why we called it gun law. I don't think this is going to be resolved today, but please leave comments and get a discussion going. I'd really like to know what you think, and I'd also want to put out our condolences to all the people who've been harmed from firearms or suffered bereavement. All right, with respect to those people, and all the best. Peace, and
Peace
from him as well. Thanks. Bye.